Jefferson, a music producer for shows and events, decided to share a powerful experience that has followed him since childhood. When he was just a little boy, he lost his grandfather, and the wake was held at his grandparents' house, as was customary in the town where he lived. During the wake, he played around, not fully understanding what was going on. At the moment of burial, Jefferson's mother had to explain what was happening. It was a shocking moment for him, and he cried a lot. That same day, he remembers seeing his grandfather at home, as if nothing had happened. However, the environment around him had changed. His grandfather seemed to be made of something similar to a hologram, though not transparent, which left him deeply confused. Later in life, an event would provide him with answers about what he had experienced that day. Hello, I'm Marcus, and it's a pleasure to have you here at Beyond the Life We Live. I hope you feel at home and absorb the lesson from the story we're about to share. By the way, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it's very important to us and helps bring more impactful stories to you. It all started when Jefferson had an accident and crashed into a glass door. On impact, the glass shattered against his arm. His immediate reaction was to pull his arm back, but he could already feel the adrenaline and saw the blood, comparing the scene to a movie. In a panic, he tried to stop the bleeding by holding the wound, but the blood kept flowing. Neighbors came to help and rushed him to a nearby clinic, and during that process, Jefferson began to feel an odd sensation of peace and forgiveness, thinking he wasn't going to make it. His vision went completely dark, but he could still hear and feel people touching his arm. From there, he was quickly taken by car to the hospital, straight into the emergency room, and then to surgery. The medical team did everything they could to save his life. Jefferson remembers lying on the stretcher, staring at the ceiling, feeling no pain. He avoided looking at the wound or the blood, still afraid of how serious the situation was. After temporarily losing his vision during the initial shock, he became aware again on the hospital stretcher, watching the surgery unfold without feeling any pain. At that moment, he began to feel a hand gently stroking his head, and then realized someone was asking if he could see or hear her. Unable to respond verbally, Jefferson simply nodded slightly. The young woman then asked him to hold her hand and calmly reassured him that everything would be fine. Suddenly, Jefferson noticed 6 or 7 other people in the room. At first, everything seemed normal, until one of the doctors said,
"Thank God. I managed to close the severed artery. Now I just need to close the wound."
Feeling relieved, he looked up and realized those other people were no longer there. After surgery, he asked his mother about the people he saw in the room, and she replied that no one else was there, only the surgeon and an assistant. Puzzled, Jefferson kept asking his mother about what he had seen, but she never paid much attention to it, perhaps because she didn't believe in what he experienced. Jefferson connected that experience to the vision he had of his grandfather on the day of the funeral. In both cases, his sense of time and environment felt altered. He described how, in those moments, typical background sounds like birds or street noise disappeared, creating a kind of sensory isolation. These experiences led Jefferson to reflect on the nature of time and perception during extreme situations, both during his own near-death experience and the moment he saw his grandfather. He explained that seeing his grandfather felt like standing in front of a hologram, visible like a real person, but not translucent. This brought Jefferson something he now relates to possible contact with another dimension or level of reality, a connection to something far greater than anything he had ever known.